Good day to yonder ogres. Hello, I'm TheCrazyPhoenix and welcome back to your second episode of building Pong in Java. So, the first thing you'll probably notice about this new video is I've taken away the webcam video. I thought that got in the way a bit because it was obscuring things that you may have wanted in the last video. So I thought, you don't really need that, let's get rid of it. So, don't really have anything else to say, so let's just jump straight into the video. So let's open up the clips. If you haven't seen my last video and you don't have Eclipse, I would recommend you go and have a look at it. That will show you how to set up Java and set up Eclipse on your computer. So when this thing loads up, there we go. So open up the workspace. Click OK, and this episode what I will be doing is starting on the game engine. So woohoo, that's going to be fun. So game engine, that includes the main file structure and code that actually runs the game. So that will be the methods that call when the game is going to render. That's when it's going to update the display or change whatever on the display, and it's going to call when it updates the game, so it does all the game calculations. Now, last episode I created this new project, but because of my webcam in the way, you didn't get to see that, so I cut it out the film. So I'm going to just delete this. And so what you do, to create a new project, under here you click New on the drop down menu and Java Project. Now it's going to bring this up, so we'll name this Pong with an exclamation mark on the end because we all like exclamation marks, and click Finish. So we have our project file or folder up. So this is the source folder. This is where all the code is going to go. So the first thing we need to do is create the start class. This is, guess what, the thing that's going to start the game. It's the class that's going to get first run, so let's put it in the default package and call it start. Why not? Brilliant name, thank you very much. So, my humour, I'm so sorry. So, when this decides to open up, because as you know I have a slow as a donkey's bum computer, great analogy, thank you very much. So, under this start method, the first thing that Java is going to look for when it runs the program is something beginning with F. It'll come to me in a minute, but it's going to run something being the main function. That's the word, function. So it's going to run the main function, and that is public static void main, and it's going to take in an array of strings. So, when you start it, for example, in a command line interface, if you've ever played Minecraft or run a server on Minecraft, you'll know that to run the server on the CMD line, you'll do dash XMS 4G, that will set your minimum RAM to 4 gigs. On the server, and that is one of the parameters that's passed through there. So we're not going to really do anything with this, but like I say, this episode all about the engine. What we're going to do in the start method, start running the engine. So we're going to ENGINE, we're going to create a new class called engine, and that's going to be the engine, and we want to initialize all the things that aren't in the initialize everything that's not setting up the frame, that's the window, and then we want to start it. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do for the start method. So that's creating a new engine, initializing it, and starting it. So let's create that engine class. I'm going to put it in a class called engine, and I'm going to call it engine, because then that wouldn't make any sense. So let's import it. I did this with it under there, with the shortcut Control-Shift-O. Or you can hover over it. Let's just undo this. You can hover over it and import from there. I prefer Control-Shift-O, so when I just import things, you'll know that I'm importing like that. Control-Shift-F, that also formats it. Actually, I'm going to set up the formatters, so please bear with me. Wrong thing. Project properties. I just prefer it this way. You can set it up yourself if you like. Change these around, but I've already got them set up. So import it from C. No, it's not under C. It's under Java. There we go. Yeah, formatters. There we go. Code templates. I also want to import that as well, and the formatter. Import that as well. So, like I said, this is just going to get rid of any annoying tabs and messages that come up, and make it more readable to me. So, the first method we're going to use in the engine class is this constructor. This is the thing that is first run when the engine is run, and this is going to include all the details for the frame. We also want the method public static synchronized void start. While we're here, let's also make a stop method. So public static synchronized void. I'll just copy it from there and stop. And we want the initializing method, so public new public void. And actually, I'm going to get rid of this static method on there because you don't need it. And I'm going to make it return engine, or return this class. So that there. Here and that bit there, that's what it's returning, that's the return type. It's all synchronized means is it's going to stop all other processes Java wants to carry out until it's finished what's in this method. That's all it means. And because we don't want anything else to happen while the game's starting, it's synchronized. So, what does the game have? It has data in it. I mean, frame data, like the size, the width. So let's create a new class for that and call it data, and this is going to contain all the things in it about the frame. So public static final, that means it can't be changed. Public means it's can be publicly accessed, that means that any other class can access it. Static means that there's only one of it, basically. I'm not going to go into the real details. And final means it can't be changed. Now let's set it to an integer, and let's call this component width 600. No, sorry, 800. And public static final. Yeah, I can't type today. Component height 600. Oh, they've made it bold. That's nice. So, new Eclipse, getting used to it. So we're going to combine this in a dimension, which is just a class that contains width by height. It's like a point containing x and y, but dimensional. So public static final dimension. Let's call this component size with new dimension, and let's input component width and component height, and it'll import it by Control-Shift-O. So that's the size it's done. What else does a frame have? It has the title, so let's put that in. public static final string. Let's name this frame. No. I'm going to do this a strange way actually. I'm going to say its name is Pong. That's what it is. And I'm going to do a new one. Call it version. So if you're updating it, version equals, let's call it 1.0. And a version type. Version ID, let's call this alpha. So, this is a Pong version 1.0 alpha. And now we're going to put it all in the title. So, public static final string frame title equals. I'm also going to do this a strange way, and to string.format. This just allows you to format the text more or better. So %s space pipe symbol. That is shift that button on my computer. It may be the same for yours. I'm not sure what it is on Macs. But that's the OR symbol for binary operators. I'm just using that as a dash to separate the information. So we're going to have the name, then version, and version ID. So I can't type version and version ID. Really hard typing and speaking at the same time. version. version ID. Sorry about this. I can't type. Now! There we go. Version ID. So, that's the name. Right. I will be adding more things to this data class, but not right now. We'll get to that in the next episode. So, when we go back to here, we want to set up the frame, set up the thing that's going to display it. So, we want a frame object. So, public. Yeah, let's make it static. Public static final frame. Equals new. No, JFrame. New. No! JFrame. Frame equals new. JFrame. Right, import that again. So we have a JFrame class. Let's do things with it. First, let's set what it's going to do on the default close operation. So set default close operation to when it decides to do that. There we are. JFrame.exit on close. All that's going to do is say when I hit that X button, I want the program to close. So next, let's set the sizes of it. So frame.set preferred size and data dot component size. That's not right. Hang on, I've named that wrong. No, I haven't named that wrong. Set it to the component size. I am doing this strange for a reason, because for some reason I've forgotten how to set the actual frame size so that the component size inside is what you want. So when you set the size of the frame, you're also including the borders, and that's the things like this up here. Yep. So this bit up here is included when you say this bit, but this value here is only including all of this. It doesn't include this top bit. So I'm going to be strange about it and set it weird ways. So I'll come back to this when I remember how to do it. So next we're going to do frame dot add this. All we're going to do is just adding this to it. Now we can't actually add this to it because it's not a component, so let's make it a component. And extends canvas. I like using canvas, very good in my opinion. So we've added that to the frame. Next what we're going to do, frame dot pack. That's just going to set all the different variables for it, resize everything to what we need, and it's going to be all handy dandy, lovely jubbly, all that kind of stuff. What's my time? Time's 15 minutes already. Wow. So this is going to be quite a long video. Sorry about this. Frame dot pack. Next thing we're going to do is set frame dot set visible. FIME dot set visible. There we are. True. Let's get rid of this. Frame dot set resizable. And set this to false. Because when you resize frames it does a load of weird things. Gets annoying. FIME. Done it again, haven't I? Why are you doing that? Oh, I know what I've done. I've deleted this, haven't I? No. Right. Then we're going to do frame dot set location relative to, and set it to null. That's just going to say draw the frame on the middle of the screen. And we're going to do frame dot set title to data dot frame title. Last thing that we're going to do is, because we have a stop method, we pretty much want to run this when we hit the X button or the close button. The JFrame isn't going to do this at the moment, so to do that we say frame dot set window, add window listener, and say new window listener. Import those again, and no, new window adapter. That's what I want. All this is it extends the window object, and it allows you to only pick which methods that you want to do. So what I'm going to do is window closing. When you hit the X button, you don't want to do super window closing. We want to do stop. This method down here. Now I'm going to conclude the episode for today. Now we've pretty much set up the frame that what we're going to use. Next video I will be going into the frame, sorry, not the frame, the update methods and the render methods and how it's all going to be managed. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope not wasted your time, and I will hopefully see you again next time. So, goodbye, me arties. Au revoir.